Yo, 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 what is going on, guys? Gabe Santos here. Long time no see. Okay, long time no see. It's been about a month since I made a video. Um, didn't expect to take that long of a break, but sometimes things happen, so you know how that goes. But yeah, last two videos got a very good response, so I'm glad that people are getting value from the videos. And yeah, just overall good to be back. All right, so in today's video, we're going to talk about weed addiction again. And the main topic I have for today is realizing that quitting weed, okay, or ending your dependent slash addictive relationship to weed is a great and important step in your life, but it doesn't automatically equate to having the life you really want. Okay, and this is what I mean by that. Here's some context. Okay, so what I imagine most of us want, okay, myself included, is a life where our health is on track, where our money's on point, where our career is fulfilling and satisfying, where we have the type of relationship we want, we have the social circle we want, and we have the sense of control and certainty as well as fun and excitement that we're all looking for, right? And obviously, living a life where you're dependent on marijuana, where you're kind of going through the day-to-day rut of things, and you're not having the life you want, right? And so when you're someone who's kind of in the stoner loophole, right, or loop, right, vicious cycle where your day-to-day is kind of centered around you need to be high, you want to be stoned, and at the same time you think about how much you want to do all these other things with your life, but instead you just kind of like default to smoking weed. And I was someone who was stuck in that cycle for many, 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 many years, okay, about 8 years. And one of the mistakes I made in my belief system is that I used to think once I'm done with this weed addiction or dependency, I'll be good to go. Like that's my problems all stem from my marijuana use, and in order to get rid of all my problems, I need to get rid of the crux of the problem, which is the marijuana, right? That's what the belief was, right? And it's easy to follow this logic, so to speak, because clearly instead of pursuing the things that are important to you, if you're in school, right, oh, I need to study, or if you're overweight, I need to eat right, I need to exercise. And instead of doing those things, we just kind of turn to marijuana instead. Okay, and so if you're someone who, let's say you take a break from marijuana, it's like, okay, I'm done with weed, I'm gonna take a break, I'm actually gonna go and pursue those things that are important to me. Let's say you go on that break and you see some evidence like, oh my God, man, when I put the weed down, I was able to focus on my body, my studies, and things were going well. And then let's say you slip back into the marijuana and it's like, oh, there goes everything. I was doing so well. And so that further perpetuates this belief that marijuana is the reason why I'm not doing well. And in order to do well, I need to quit marijuana, okay? Now, let me go back to the beginning topic, which is what you're looking for is to have the life that you want, right? The money, the health, the emotions, the career, the friends, the relationship. That's what you really want. And part of that overall vision is to not be dependent on marijuana. Part of the overall vision is to not be dependent on marijuana. It's to be free of addiction, any toxic addiction, whether that's food, video games, alcohol, or general procrastination, right? It's to be it's to have more positive habits than negative ones, right? But overall what you want is to create this great vision for your life, right? Think of New Year's resolutions, right? Perfect example. New Year's resolutions represent this desire to have and live a better life, okay? And yet there's some statistic, this is not quite accurate, but something like 90% of people don't complete New Year's resolutions, and like 50% of people have quit or failed their resolution by the end of January. Okay? And so the real thing we're all after is to pursue and live and create a better life. That's what's at the core of, that's what's underneath this desire to get rid of marijuana addiction, is really this desire to live and have a better life. And clearly, dependency and addiction to marijuana or anything really is not representative of having and living a better life. Okay. And so, again, point being, what you want is to live a better life, but the mistake is thinking that just by quitting addictions, you're going to automatically have a better life. Okay. And I want to be clear that it's highly critical and part of the overall vision to leave addictions, dependencies and addictions. That's part of the overall vision. But that one important piece, doesn't equate to creating the overall vision. Okay. Because just because you don't smoke doesn't mean you're automatically gonna have and do all the things you want to be doing, right? I mean, I've posted on this channel myself where I don't smoke. I basically don't use marijuana at all. Yet, if I don't get my ass out of bed and take a walk or exercise or eat the right food, I'm not going to have the health that I envision, right? And where marijuana dependency plays into that, right, is that marijuana dependency automatically puts you in the wrong direction of your goals, like automatically, right? It's like I can't pursue health if I'm smoking all the time, eating chips, laying down, not exercising, right? But just because I don't smoke weed doesn't automatically mean I'm gonna make those correct decisions. I could still lay in bed, I could still go get fast food, I could still make plans but not execute the plans, okay? And so what you may or may not find encouraging or discouraging is that just because the weed dependency is gone doesn't mean you're automatically out of the woods, right? Right? And so beyond leaving dependency is this need to then figure out, how do I get all these other things done? Now here's the cool part, and this is kind of where it ties all together, okay? And where leaving dependency is highly valuable. In my experience, okay, in order to leave a dependency or an addiction, you have to grow as a person. You have to learn about yourself and the human nature in order to make that happen, right? You just have to. You have to become something and someone more than you've been in order to leave a toxic cycle like that. And so the beautiful part is, as you grow and become someone who actually ends your dependent, addictive relationship to pot, you by default are becoming someone who can then create better results in your life. And so, kind of in a way, by quitting an addiction, you do end up living a better life, right? Because you grow and develop into someone who can do and have more in your life, right? It's kind of like a testing ground. But by and large, even though the weed is down or the alcohol or the video games, right, the addictive nature is gone to that stuff, you still got to be on high alert and conscious and have a vision and pursue that on a daily basis. And so just kind of like how you have to battle yourself to not smoke, you have to battle yourself in a sense to keep going towards the things you want, right? Battle yourself to make the right decision. Battle yourself to get up when you need to get up. Make the decision when you need to make the right decisions. And so hopefully that gave you some insight, right? Quitting weed doesn't mean automatically having your best life, but it is a highly critical factor. It's an important factor. And it's a factor that will teach you many things and develop many muscles and skills within you, such that creating the life you really want um, is on that trajectory, right? So that's it. Hopefully this video brought you some value. I know that I was kind of like saying the same things over and over, but if you've been watching these videos for a long time, you know that's kind of what my style's like. um, Good to be back. Really appreciate you all. Hopefully this video finds you well. Please leave a comment down below with anything you want to say. uh, say hi, say what's up. I'll respond. Especially a lot of my OG subscribers always want to hear from y'all. Always get to hear from y'all. But outside of that, appreciate you all. We'll be posting at least one more video this week. And I'll see y'all next time. Peace.